been to Zanzibar, we've been to Kenya, Nairobi, and those are all great places, but for some reason, this place just really resonated with us. It felt like home before we were here.
We landed at night. We really didn't get to see a lot our first day or two. We got a tour of Kigali, and we were so impressed with the country, the cleanliness, the greenery, the friendliness of everyone, the progression as well. You know, when you think about where this country was 30 plus years ago to where they are now, it's a completely different country. We trusted the process, came with open minds and open hearts. And when we both got on the plane to leave, we turned to each other and said, I think I could see us living here one day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to scare you. And he's like, no, I can see it. Like the infrastructure's there. They drive on the same side of the street, same side of the car that we do in the States. So it'll be an easier transition for us. And so we knew we wanted to come back and spend more time here and just really get to know more about the country. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tana M originally from New York, relocated from Los Angeles to Kigali, Rwanda.
What's up, what's up? I'm Dana Dane, the great one. Brooklyn's in the house all day, hip hop artist, film producer now, and entertainment all around. And we are here in Kigali, Rwanda.
Hello, I'm Tana.
I'm Dana Dane. How y'all doing?
Welcome to our home in Rwanda. We relocated here from Los Angeles, California, originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Yep. And now we're in Kigali, everyone, and welcome to our home.
Welcome to our home.
Yes.
Kigali, Rwanda is known for its views. It's the land of 1,000 hills and 1,000,000 smiles. But let us show you our view.
Yes. Wow, look at that out there, everybody. That's beautiful.
You can see some of the hills from here. They go on and on and on as far as the eye can see. Beautiful place just to hang out and watch the sunset. We get a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful sunset, and we get to see the moon shine all night. It's wonderful and beautiful.
Yes, the stars come out. It's very beautiful. Even the lights on people's house make it look like stars are on the ground.
Even the dog likes it.
Yeah, we come out, we have some cocktails maybe, watch the sunset. We've done that many a times. We need to do it some more. We'll probably do it tonight, right? Yeah, right? We're going to do it some more. That's right.
Yeah, even the dog likes the spot to hang out and come overlook the hills of Kigali.
I mean, it really gets really beautiful out here. Even when it's cloudy, sometimes the clouds are below us, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
And it's like we're looking on top of the clouds, and you can't see anything but the clouds right here,
Like
a
we're
layer.
floating.
Yeah, like we're floating, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a magnificent view.
And the space.
And the space is beautiful,
Yeah.
you know. And we've got a nice little pool down there that you'll see later on.
Yeah,
you know,
we like to entertain, we like to host. We, plan to have family come from the States to come visit us here. So we wanted a place that could accommodate, a place built for entertaining. And this is definitely that, room for many people to come hang out, or just the two of us to have our own space. And we take advantage of every single space here. So can't wait to show it all to you. I remember when we first arrived in Kigali, it was January 2022.
It was night. It was about 11:30 at night.
Yeah, we landed at night. We came in from another country, landed at night, and we were impressed by the airport. At that time, they had AI that was digitally reading your temperature because, again, it was COVID. So they wanted to make sure, that you didn't come in here with a fever. They had this little robot machine that was there, that
security.
That was security. And they took your temperature, and because we were going to see the gorillas, they also did our COVID test right there at the airport, because everyone had to have, you had to be COVID free to go visit the gorillas, because they didn't want us bringing out human germs to them. And then because we drove at night, we were wondering, why is the driver driving so slow?
Yeah.
Because there was no cars on the road, and the roads were smooth and clear, which was the other thing. Everything was nice and paved and
it was
smooth.
40 kilometers, and I was like, okay, 40 kilometers, but hey, hit the 60.
Yeah, and he said, if I do that, I'll get a ticket because of Alice. And we were like, Alice? What's Alice?
Yeah, who's Alice?
And it was these little robots along the highway that monitors your speed, and it takes a picture of your driver's
AI traffic cam.
Yeah, AI traffic cam. We're like, wow, technology here is amazing. And then when we got to the lodge that we stayed at and we woke up in the morning, we got to see the beauty of Kigali, like just the rolling green hills and the fresh, crisp air.
Yeah, it was a little wet that morning
but
it was damp, but it was beautiful though. And then by the time we got to the first stop for the gorilla park where they give you the instructions and things of that sort, and you meet your guide and things of that sort. The sun had come out, and then we were just amazed at how the country moved, and that's we've seen people.
And it was clean.
Yeah, it was super clean. We saw that at nighttime though.
Yeah.
We just the roads were clean and paved, and it just looked very inviting. And then the next day, it was like people were moving about, and even then people were cleaning. It was nothing. No dirt,
right.
no garbage, no trash, and then the amazing thing happened was seeing people do their daily work, and they were moving everything. Put 100-pound bags of potatoes
on bikes,
bananas,
uphill,
a couch.
That's right.
On bicycles.
We were amazed.
Up these hills. It was amazing to us just to see how. The economy,
ingenuity.
yeah, the economy, the whole country moved, and from there, I think that really sparked our interest early.
And then we got to see Kigali during the day.
Yeah.
And we saw the golf course, and we saw the infrastructure and all the building that was happening, and the smooth and clean roads, and how people were just walking around. We saw little babies like walking to school by themselves. And I said, how is that okay? And the driver said, everyone knows who kid that is. They know they have to go to school, and no one's gonna bother them. I was like, that would never happen in the States, ever.
And that was just amazing. And then
it's such a sense of community.
Yeah, and then we understanding that the country was only 30 years removed from the genocide against the Tutsi. We went to the Genocide Memorial Museum, one of them, and
learned the real history.
Yeah, and learned the real history, not just what.
Not Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah, and that was amazing too, and that was inspiring as well, because it was only 30 years ago, and the country is thriving. The people are
one.
Yeah, they're not at each other, it was amazing just to see it, even and it shows through the driving, really, because it's a lot of intermixing roundabouts,
no lights.
Yeah, no lights, and it's a little hectic, but no one gets upset if you cut them off, or it's not like a screaming match or anything like that. It's like, okay, you go. Okay, I'm gonna go, or I'm just going, and that was it's just beautiful to me, just that they were able to create or reprogram, I like to say, a country to believe in themselves enough to put the past behind them. You know?
Be on one accord.
Not forget the past, but just put it behind them so they can move forward.
And it's such a quiet country. Like the people speak very low. You don't hear a lot of like angst or noise. It's just so quiet and calm, and like you don't hear car horns or anything like that. It's like it's very peaceful. It's very, very peaceful.
Yeah, I was out the other day and I saw some guys arguing, and
that's an anomaly.
Yeah, look, but the argument was like, that's how y'all arguing? I was like, really? That's how y'all arguing? And they, as fast as they argued, as fast as it was over, and they was moving on.
So here's just letting you know, like these are the two guest suites that we have here.
Yep. And the first one over here. Office. Yeah, the first one is my messy office over here. So you get to see the difference between how I live and do my office work over here, you know. This is where I edit my movies. I do my music over here. I do some recording here, you know. Then I always got the view, you know. That's a lovely thing. Right now, I'm working on 2 movies, one for distribution and one for post, and no, 3 movies, and one we're doing a documentary about the two-wheel culture out here in Kigali, Rwanda. And it's going to be magnificent to see the resilience that the community has to move Kigali throughout, you know, economically wise, they move everything from people to agriculture to house building supplies. I mean, there's nothing that I have not seen on a bike except for maybe a motorbike.
But we've seen a motorbike with a bicycle.
Yeah, I've seen a motorbike with a bicycle, but we haven't seen a bike with a motorbike. But they've carried everything. So, yeah, this is my space.
And so here's my space in comparison to Dana's. So each room has its own bathroom, which makes it a private suite. So again, a great place to host guests. And this serves as my office space as well as the doggy space. So he knows this is his room. And it's lots of space, as you can see. So again, great place to host people. And each room has its own terrace with a view throughout the day as well as the night. So you never get a bad view from wherever you are in the house. So we look forward to hosting someone here soon.
The turning point was we wanted to start somewhere different, first and foremost. We had planned to move, after being in Africa, you know, we planned to move to Africa. We didn't know where. We thinking about Ghana, we were thinking about Nairobi, Kenya, and then third was Rwanda. And, you know, we just had a thought that, you know what, we can get out of America and do something different since we've been here. And we decided we were going to move at the end of 2025, which is right now. But as things would have it, there was an election going on. And once the election was, the results came in, Tana, you know, we were in the bed and she just rolled over and said, "We've got to leave." And said, "We've got to leave," you know. And, you know, and I understood where she was coming from because her business was wrapped around DEI, you know, and
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, and that was being weaponized and suppressed in the United States, and so her business was going to probably take a hit from that. So we decided, let's think forward, you know, not think backwards, not be in a stagnant place, or more her, because me, I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready. Yeah. I was like, you know, I'm a hip hopper, I'm a rapper, I perform all across the United States. That's my livelihood for the most part as I'm, you know, building my film industry business, and I just wasn't ready. But, you know, as time grew closer for us to move, you know, I just decided, let's take a chance. Let's go for it. And I got to say, it's one of the best decisions I've made in my life, other than, you know, marrying my wife. Aww. Yes, baby.
And yes, for me, like he said, November 6th, 2024, after the dismal election results came in for President of the United States, I did turn to him and I said, you know, we can't stay here for this again. And, you know, some people said it was impulsive. Some people said, you know, wait it out. Oh, it's only 4 years. It's not going to be that bad. But I saw the writing on the wall, and I also read Project 2025. So I knew what was coming. And I said, this is not going to be good for anyone, and in particular, not for the two of us. And so, you know, we decided, you know, to put our house on the market, you know, right before Thanksgiving of that year. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we didn't know what would happen, whether the house would sell. If it wasn't, it was a holiday season, so people weren't really buying because people in the States want to be settled in their home by Christmas and New Year's. But we said, let's just test the market and see what it's doing. And and then the fires happened in Los Angeles in January.
Yeah.
And it was catastrophic, right? A whole parts of Los Angeles are just gone, leveled to the ground, including within 5 miles from our home where we were on evacuation warning, where the point was ash was falling around our house and the skies were red from the smoke and the sun. You couldn't even see the sun. And so we thought, oh my goodness, maybe this is a sign, maybe we shouldn't move. And it just so happened that we were able to sell the house at top of the market because someone was impacted and lost everything and wanted a home in Pasadena. And it was a blessing in disguise. And we were able to move within 15 days. They wanted to do an all cash close, no real issues with inspections or anything like that. And we were like, whoa, okay, we never experienced this before. And they said, can you be out in 21 days? And we were out in 15.
Hey Web Nation family, for years we've been sharing stories of diasporans who have relocated from the diaspora and currently living here on the continent of Africa. You guys have been enjoying the episode, saying in the comment section that you want this to be you one day. Why don't we just bring that time to now? We are inviting you to come on a trip with us to South Africa, November 2026. This is going to be an 11-day experience of we visiting cities like Cape Town, Johannesburg. We having experiences like going to the wine lands and actually experiencing South Africa, the people, the food. This is not just a vacation. This is a very well detailed experience that gives you the proper insight on people interested in relocating. The beautiful part about this is we've made it easy for you to come on this trip with us. By you just making a deposit, you get to pay the rest in installment and get yourself on a trip with us to South Africa. Scan the QR code, secure your spot, and see you in South Africa. Now guys, let's get back into the video.
Yeah, so now we're gonna head upstairs, let y'all see where we rest at, our heads at,
Yes.
I usually just come up here because even a better view than downstairs.
Yep.
And I just sit on the balcony.
So the house is 3 levels, and at the top is the owner's suite, which is great.
Yep.
Separate from everyone else, very private and secluded, and lots of space.
There's our security right there, so we get to see what's going on.
So don't try it.
Dad, don't try it. Welcome.
We have a full dressing room,
Yes.
lots of closet space, which really is a rarity here in Kigali. We found when we were looking at houses, so this was another attraction and a draw for us because we came with a lot of stuff. So we needed the space.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Then we have a full bath here with its own balcony, which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even have to turn the lights on, day or night, because it's so bright. And again, you get lots of full daylight as well as in the evening when everything's lit up at night.
Yeah, I like taking a shower under the moonlight.
Exactly.
I don't even turn the light on. I just turn the water on, keep
It's
this
like
thing
outdoor
open.
living.
Indoor, outdoor living. Yep.
And then we have our own bedroom, of course. Again, big spacious room, lots of space for the two of us. And
Leads out to the balcony once again. Everything in the balcony.
never
Everything
wanna
takes us
close-
outside.
never wanna close
Yes.
the curtains.
Yeah, when we first moved here for the first 2 months, we never closed the door or the curtains. That's how nice it was.
And then rainy season came.
Yeah, then rainy season came.
So you get to go.
This
hang
is my
out
favorite
here.
spot. I'm always sitting right here because I get a little shade and sun at the same time.
Yep.
And then we
you
wrap
can see a
around
storm
here.
coming.
And yeah, we can see the storm coming over here.
Storm's coming.
And they're doing a lot of building up here too, you know what I mean? So a lot of beautiful houses are being built all around here, you know.
Again, great places to hang out. Come get some air. Let the dog out.
Yeah, maybe we'll put some sunbathing here one day.
And again, the views, right? You can
Yeah.
see it's limitless. On a beautiful, clear day like this, you can see
Yep.
all the way to downtown Kigali.
And we can see those beautiful trees over there, the purple. I love that. I love the purple trees though. I don't even know what they're called.
Bougainvilleas.
Who the?
Bougainvilleas.
What she said.
Yeah, we have those in California.
Yeah, but I never know the name of them. They're just beautiful. I love it. Come on, boy. Come on.
And then the view down from here, again.
Oh, yeah. And this is another reason why we got it, because of that thing right there
Yes.
that we barely use, but we like to put our feet in.
It's a rarity to have your own pool in Kigali. You don't really see that. You'll see them in communities or in apartment complexes, but not really in standalone residential places. So this was a big draw for us, again, because we like to entertain, and we knew a pool would draw people in, and it has. We've had a couple parties here, so it's been great. And we look forward to having more as the weather clears up after rainy season.
Yeah, which it should be open the next couple of weeks. And as soon as it's over, we're going to have
It's time for the holidays.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because out here, it's warm at Christmas, and you can really celebrate,
Yeah,
you know?
like summer.
Yeah, it's almost like Cali, kind of, but even better, I think, in terms of weather. You know?
Yeah, so cost of living here is significantly lower than Los Angeles or even New York. And you know, we've lived in both for significant parts of our lives. And you know, we paid $3,000 a month rent for the home that we're in. And again, it's way bigger than any home that we've ever had, with way more amenities. We pay Wi-Fi US is $28 a month. And that's like the
Electricity.
highest.
Electricity is about, it used to be about $80 a month or something like that.
90.
90, now it's about 110 because it went up recently.
Yeah, tariffs.
Yeah, tariffs went up, you know.
And that's still less than what we paid in the States.
Yeah, you know.
Trash pickup is $5 a month.
Yeah,
For weekly trash pickup.
Yeah, water is about
$20 a month.
$20 a month. That's
Housekeeping is $90 a month.
right.
And security is
Two.
220 francs. I can't remember what that is.
Yeah, 220. It's about 100 and
100 and something.
yeah,
US.
70 something.
And that's
like
for 2 security guards 24 hours a day.
that. Yeah.
Our own personal security guards for the home.
And food.
Oh, yeah.
Food is relatively inexpensive for the most part.
Significantly lower.
Yeah. Depending on what you, unless you buy in fish, because
Depending on what type of fish.
Yeah, depending on what type of fish, because shrimp and salmon are a little bit more
Because they're imported.
expensive because they're imported. Yeah.
Yeah, but tilapia is the main fish, so you can get those really reasonable. But
Yeah, and Capitan fish too is relatively reasonable
yeah,
as well.
yeah. But like he said earlier, you know, fruits and vegetables, you're going to buy those more frequently because they're so fresh. So you can't buy them and expect them to last for a week. So
But gas is expensive.
you got
I just figured that out the other day as I was filling up. It's like $5 a gallon, you know, of
That's like-
diesel.
that's
That's
like-
almost like America.
That's
in
California price.
prices. So that's.
But the difference is you don't
don't
drive,
drive
as-
that much. I was about to say I don't
Yeah.
drive that much because
and everything's closer.
yeah. So I don't. My tank never goes under 3/4 before I fill it up anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would say
Oh, the
compared-
pool. We got the pool.
Oh yeah,
service
that's
too.
$70 a month.
Yeah.
So if you think about what we paid to live in the U.S. in our last home, our monthly expenses were probably running about 12 grand.
I know. That's why I said.
12 grand.
That's why I try to tell people that our
And now it's
expenses-
3,500.
I tell people that our expenses is, like I said, is like a quarter of what we used to. Like 1,000. If we used to pay 4,000, we pay 1,000 now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So we used to pay 12. We used to pay.
Yeah.
Now we pay 4. You know,
And we
basically.
eat out, we have food delivered, we go out to eat.
Yeah.
You know, we host people and order food. So even with entertainment and, you know, other like, you know, discretionary spending, because the rates here are so low compared to the U.S., you can still enjoy yourself, have a good time, and still not blow your budget. So, you know, you definitely, you know, to me, live a higher quality life for a lot less money. So on the bottom level, which is somewhat unusual, depending on where you live in the United States, the kitchen, living room, and dining area are on the basement level, what people would know as the basement level or the ground level. And so we have a full kitchen, lots of space, and something that's also unique to this house, and maybe even in Africa, but definitely in Kigali, is a dishwasher. That was something that we had to have, and luckily we found a house to have one. So some of the new builds do offer dishwashers washer and dryers, which we do also have a laundry room. We have a storage area as well. Lots of space for storage, lots of cabinetry. Again, something that, depending on the house, could be a unique thing. And then we have our open area here, dining room, living room, and just mostly where we hang out. Where we bring guests, they come downstairs, they come and hang out down here with us.
Yeah, we do a work down here too as well. Sometimes we don't want to be in our office, so we'll bring our computers down here and we'll sit at the table together and work on our separate projects. Yeah, and just, we may have the TV on, may not, but it's a nice open space. The breeze is always good.
Lots of light.
Yeah, lots of light.
You never have to turn the lights on, even on a cloudy day, which is great.
Well, I'll tell you my daily routine because hers a little bit more. But my daily routine now is I get up and I go to my office and open my computer and I'm editing a movie. I'm working on distribution for a movie or I'm laying some vocals down. So I spend most of my time just on my computer, or then I run out to the store to get whatever, because you have to buy food like every 3. That's something that we weren't used to either as well. The fresh fruits and vegetables, they don't last forever like in America. When you get them, you got to eat them in 2 to 3 days. They not lasting a week like America. So that's my day. I just do that, and then that's it.
You may or may not cook dinner.
Yeah, I may not cook dinner. Yeah, I may go out and visit some friends that I've made here and connect with them. But for the most part, we're in the house. Well, I'm in the house rather.
No, we both are. And in my daily routine, because I literally just finished law school, I will wake up at 3 a.m. for class because law school for me is based in Los Angeles with live lectures at 6:30 p.m. their time. So any given time of the year, we're either 9 or 10 hours ahead. So I'm either waking up at 3 or 4 o'clock for class. And then I stay up and do some work because my team is still up in America at that time. So I'm able to communicate with them live on email or text messaging and respond to a bunch of emails that came in while I was sleeping. And then I work out. You saw the gym. So I get to work out every morning around 9 o'clock from 9 to 10. And then I have a nice breakfast and sit down and watch TV for a little bit and just kind of decompress. And then because I get up so early, I lay down for a nap at 11 o'clock every day, 11 until about 1, 2, maybe 3, and just make up for all that sleep for waking up so early. And then, we start thinking about what we want to have for dinner, and he'll still be working. I may do some more work to get it teed up for when my team is awake, usually when I'm starting to go to bed. And then we end the night and go to bed and do it all over again. Yeah, well, she goes to bed a little earlier. I'll be up to about 2 or 3 working. And then I sneak work out. I don't work out in the gym. I just work out wherever I'm at. So another hidden gem that's unique to this house is my favorite room in the place, which is the gym. Yes, everyone, there's a gym here, and luckily it came with some of the equipment. We've added some of our own, but this is where I like to spend almost the beginning of almost every day, just getting a chance to work out, hang out, listen to music. It's my own little private oasis. Yeah, I come in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna show them. Look, man, this is old school right here. You know how you put the belt on, right? And you go to get my waist go. Lymphatic massage. Yes. Yeah, I would love to see you do that. Yeah, I would love to see me do that too. So yeah, another little space here that we like is, again, it could be an office, but for us it's a gym and it works for us. Yeah. So it gets lots of use, believe it or not. Including the dog. He likes to hang out here too. Yeah, and this is another guest suite we have on the bottom floor where, the guests come They have their own space.
They had their own space away from everything, you know.
Except the kitchen.
Except the kitchen. Yeah.
But it's convenient because it's on the main living floor. And again, it has its own balcony with beautiful views, its own bathroom. So this is the 4th bedroom here that's set up like that. Again, very spacious. A great place, again, for us to host someone. So we've had a couple people stay here before.
Yeah. And we're going to have some more. And then they have their own balcony as well. So they can come out here and just chill. They can't get to the pool from here, but it's okay.
But they can see it.
But they can see it. They're close to it. You know? If they want, they can jump into the pool. It's about 6 feet. I wouldn't suggest it, though. I definitely wouldn't suggest it. But, yeah, the pool is beautiful. You know, this whole area is beautiful.
Maybe depending on how athletic they are.
Yeah, how athletic they are. You know?
And young. Yeah, as you can imagine in Los Angeles, you know, a home like this will probably be in Malibu or in Hollywood Hills or something like that. Very similar in terms of aesthetics, but the price range would be a whole lot more. Would have been out of our price range, that's for sure. So we were definitely fortunate enough to be able to find this little gym here in Ribeiro, and it had everything. It checked all the boxes that we were looking for. So we had a beautiful home in Pasadena, California, that we sold before we moved here, and this is way bigger.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it was a townhome. This is an individual single-family home. Mm-hmm. We had a neighborhood pool. We got our own pool here. So yeah, in terms of comparison, we hit the lotto on this one.
Yeah. It's a beautiful spot.
Starting here in Kigali has been interesting. We started the process before moving here, where we connected with a realtor and our agency that used to bring us over here for our visit. So Away to Africa, the owner, helped coordinate to get us connected with a realtor that helped us find an Airbnb. So we were looking for something that we could stay in temporarily for about 3 months. And during the course of that, I was connected to this Rwandan expat WhatsApp group called the Blackspats. And there's about 70 or 80 people in there that either live in Kigali or used to live here or come back and forth. And they were a wealth of information, everything from what to pack and how to pack and what to do with all of our stuff that we were going to put in storage. And it was like, think about if you had to ship the things over, is it worth it, right? And so having us really think about our lives differently in terms of downsizing and minimizing things that we felt were important to us. And, investing in bins instead of suitcases so that we could pack a whole bunch of stuff into bins and learn how to travel that way, going back and forth. And then getting here, learning just kind of the ins and outs of, where the best places to go grocery shopping and how do you get around. We didn't have a car at the time, and, we had to find someone who could drive us around and show us the area. And then, learning how to pay for power, how to pay for water, like those types of things. Just really, starting over really is what it is. You're starting from scratch because a lot of the infrastructure or things that you're used to in the United States doesn't translate here. So you have to learn everything from ground zero. And luckily, that expat group, through that group and through connecting with people, we've been able to build our own community with different individuals there as well. What's that for you?
Well, I came a week after.
2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I came 2 weeks after Tana was here. So by the time I came, I had a little better understanding because she had been here and she'd been to the markets and
knew how to get a Rwandan phone number and put money on my phone for Momo money.
Yeah, all that stuff. She knew how to do it already. So all I had to do was get my phone turned on and do that and this, that, and the third. And she had been out to the BK Arena to a concert with some peoples. And,
John Legend.
Yeah. And she made her way. And me, I had my transition was a little bit easier because of my, I guess, quote unquote celebrity status. People embraced that, and I met Marlon as well as Big Tony, and they helped me out a lot in regards to navigating the entertainment, the entertainment arena out here. They were doing this thing called Sunday Jams. And every Sunday they'd have people out to this little Ndiba art gallery. And I was able to meet a lot of young entertainers there. And I ended up doing a speaking conference for one of them. And then, I did, a radio interview. Then we did a podcast for one of the young podcasters out here. I'm actually mentoring a young podcaster out here. And he wants to be the #1 podcast in Africa, so I'm helping him out with that. And he's also helping me on my new film right now. And I met a young man by the name of director Dana, who has my namesake for the most part. And it's been very interesting just to be in a different environment. And we're always up for a challenge. And moving out of America to a place that you don't know is one of the biggest challenges you can do. But if you embrace it with, like I said, no expectations and, with open arms, open mind, and open heart, it becomes a little bit easier, I believe.
And I think one of the challenges, well, I wouldn't say challenge, but something for us to get used to is always having someone around.
Yeah, that's been, when you said about culture shock, I guess that's something that we had to get used to, because we have somebody. And I'm not used to having people do things for me, because that's just, when you grow up poor, you do everything yourself.
Right.
So. And
it's a different way of living. When you come here, it's expected when you're, an expat, that you're going to have house staff and you're going to have security and you're going to have someone who cooks for you. And we did that, and it took a lot. It's still taking some getting used to, like having someone always on the property or someone always around. It's convenient because now he doesn't do laundry unless he wants to.
Yeah, I don't even know how to work the machine really no more.
That's right.
But the thing of it is that, when I first came, see, like I said, she was here for two weeks.
Yeah.
And
I was taking full advantage of it.
That's right. So when I came, she had someone helping 7 days a week. And I get up like, it's going to be somebody in the house today. I can't take it. I can't take somebody being around every
all
day.
The time.
I said, can we
minimize her days?
Yeah, we dropped it down to 6 days. Then we dropped it down to 5 days. Then we dropped it down to 4 days. Then we dropped it down to 3 days. Then we put it back to 4 days. But it takes a little getting used to. But it's definitely a lot of help.
Yeah, they're non-intrusive, and they speak English, but they're busy doing their own thing, and they want to come get their job done and go home to their families.
And plus, we're how you say infusing money into the economy as well by giving them opportunities to work, and that's a great thing as well, because, like I said, we're all about opportunity for our people.
And I'd rather stimulate the African economy.
Right. Absolutely.
So the way I've connected with the local community is being very intentional about getting out and about, and not with just expats. So I've gone to, in March, an International Women's event that really got me in a room with a lot of different female entrepreneurs, from Rwanda, from Uganda, from Burundi, and, tapping into them as resources, as connections, and meeting with them, and again, just being very intentional and going to different conferences here as well that speak to entrepreneurs, in particular female entrepreneurs in the country, and helping to develop them and pour into women-led businesses here, which is a huge passion of mine, and plus I'm a female-owned business as well. So yes, they've been very welcoming, helping me understand, certain greetings and, how to enter a room in a way that, helps me to integrate more smoothly. So it's been helpful to have individuals that I can turn to and ask questions and reach out for resources, and they've been very, very helpful with that on a both professional and a personal level.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reaching out to community in different ways, because, like I said, mine is more entertainment based, and this local DJ here that I went and supported, went to his brunches and things of that sort. The radio personality, I've gone to the radio station and shared some of my experience, and I've done a conference for up and coming entertainment musicians, and poured into them in regards to what it takes to be a consistent artist in this time and era from then to now. And again, I'm here to assist and help as much as possible when it comes to the community that I meet, especially around the entertainment field. So it's been good, and they've been very welcoming. And we go to a lot of events that they have here for the community. So it's been cool. It's really been cool, In regards to earning the income, my income hasn't changed. Well, my income has changed because I don't perform, and that's where most of my money came from, was performing. But I do get residual checks from my music, and those residual checks, even though they're not a massive amount, they go much farther now that I'm here.
My income has changed since I located here, but it wasn't because of the relocation. It was really because of the impact and the outfall of the election over in the United States, and the work that I do in HR consulting, organizational development consulting, and diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging has significantly had a decline in the U.S. So right now, all my work is still based in the U.S. I still have clients there. I still do, executive coaching there. But I'm really looking to bring a lot of my business here. So I got my business registered with Rwanda back in August, and just recently finished law school. So ultimately, I'll be pivoting out of doing HR consulting and doing legal work here. On the corporate side, employment law, as well as civil and human rights law. So it'll be interesting to see how that evolves here, because there is a need. And the fact that I have, this degree, law degree from the U.S., there's reciprocity here in Rwanda where I could actually practice. So I'm looking forward to see what that looks like.
And yeah, I'm in the film industry, entertainment industry, and being able to rent equipment and get a staff together, production staff, has become less expensive as well. So we're able to do more with less. So that's been a great opportunity. And I've already been doing what they consider guerrilla independent filming, and now it's actually guerrilla independent filming because I'm in the land of the gorillas.
That's right. Maybe you should call it that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, life in Rwanda is way more affordable. And I tell people that all the time, no regrets at all with our decision. We took the money and ran, and I'm so glad we did it, and now thinking back, as Dana said, it was one of the best decisions that we ever made in terms of our long-term plans for ourselves. It feels like we're semi-retired, honestly, which is a nice, refreshing feeling.
Well, that's for her. I'm not semi-retired. I'm working hard every day to get this film stuff out. But, I think the electronics here is a little bit more expensive. That's the only thing.
Because everything's imported.
Yeah, because it's imported. Yeah, stuff that needs to be imported is a little bit more expensive, but
then there's ways around that. So what we've learned from our expats here, our friends, is when you travel to other countries, which we've done a few times since we've been here, is pack an empty suitcase, buy what you need that you can't find here readily, because it's going to be cheaper, especially if you get closer to the coast, because we're landlocked, so everything has to be shipped in. So if you get to like Kenya, South Africa, or Tanzania, like only those, even Ghana, those other countries where things are more readily available, you stock up, you bring that empty suitcase, you fill it up, and you come back. And when you go to the States, you take empty bins, which we've done, we're going to be doing again. Take a bunch of empty bins with you, fill up with everything you need, and bring it back on the plane. So there's tricks to the trade in terms of, how to navigate those things and keep the cost down. Something we can get Amazon deliveries. We do that. It takes about 5 to 7 days for Amazon to get here through a third party in the U.S., but it's doable. Depending on how bad you need it, because the shipping is going to be expensive as DHL. But ultimately, there's ways to navigate around that. Since living in Kigali, I definitely feel more financially free. I don't have the same stressors again, if you have a slow month and the income's not coming in and you're panicking or worried or stressed and not sleeping, that hasn't happened since I've been here. And I've had slow months. As I said, my business has been significantly impacted, since the election. And so even with the slowdown in the business, I'm still able to rest at night knowing that, our expenses are way lower and we can still live a comfortable lifestyle here.
Yeah, myself, I'm a little bit more financially challenged because a lot of my money came from live performances and appearances and things of that sort, and I don't have a quite the same foothold here, entertainment-wise, as a performer that I had in the United States. But with that said, I do have several movies that are being put on platforms, so that will change over the next several months.
I haven't discovered any new opportunities or side hustles yet, but one of the things that I was warned from individuals who've been here for quite some time is to take our time, right? And the recommendation is to give yourself at least a year to get a foothold here, get an extended visa, which we were able to do. So we have a 10-year visa here. We are looking to, buy our own, different properties that we can invest in. So again, we can have more of a infrastructure here in the country. But I haven't found anything that I'm actually doing as a side hustle yet. Now, I look around for opportunities all the time and the ideas that I have, but I still want to slowly kind of integrate, right, and make certain that I'm solving a problem and that I'm bringing more value to the country than what I'm taking from it.
Yeah, so living in Africa has changed me. I was already changed me spiritually and growth-wise. I was already on a change where I was becoming a little bit more patient with how I moved in the world. But being here has even accelerated that patience, and just calm and relax, so that because I used to be on a time thing, I'm always wanted to be on time and we got to get this done now, and recently, I'm still on time, but I'm not as frustrated with if the time doesn't work out as much. So, and that's been a part of the growth. And even with me driving, that's part of the growth as well. Because in New York, the way in the U.S., the way they drive, it can really frustrate you, and you find yourself
road rage.
Yeah, road rage, telling people off, and I don't do that here, and I'm very, I think a little bit more just relaxed.
For me, as I said and shared earlier, I've definitely changed, emotionally, spiritually, physically. When we returned to the U.S. after being here for about 6 months, that was something that everyone who I met with said to me. They were like, there's something different about you. You have a different aura. You seem so calm. You seem so at peace. And I turned to them, I said, because I am. Because you have a different perspective about what's important, and you have a different perspective about life in general, and what's a priority, and not to stress over things. And again, I think we've been to so many different countries. We've been to 12, I think, plus countries here, and this is the calmest, quietest country that we've been to. And it just kind of, you absorb that, right? You don't have to have that stress level. And as I shared, trying to, in myself, I see myself kind of being at a vibrating at a higher level. I mean, that's the only way to really describe it. It's just like this sense of calm, this sense of peace, this sense of self. Again, knowing what's important, how to prioritize. I love here today are focused on family first. It's not about, being the last person in the office or the first person in the office, and that kind of reverberates through even as an entrepreneur. So those are the things that I think have really helped me to change, especially at this stage in my life. I don't want to be stressed out, and I don't want to be rushing and anxious. No, I'm too old for that. So this definitely meets my quality of life and my lifestyle I'm looking for at this point in my life. The advice I give to people, because people do ask, is to do your research, to check your American arrogance and American ignorance at the airport. Come visit first. You know, you don't have to visit a bunch of countries, but you know, if you have an idea of one that you're interested in, whether it's something you've been following on social media or something like that, come see it for yourself, because everyone's experience is different and unique. Your experience will never be like someone else's. As I said earlier, we've seen people come and go because the expectations they had didn't meet the expectations that they had coming here. So, you know, I would definitely do that. And then if you're looking to relocate here, definitely think about income, because, you know, your money's probably going to be coming still from the US. So you need to think about, how do I sustain that while not being in the US? Different time zones is going to be important to think about, whether you're 7 hours ahead of the East Coast or 10 hours ahead of the West Coast, you know, finding that sweet spot where you can conduct business that will help you sustain that business. And not coming here thinking that you have the answers and that you know what the countries need, because you may be completely wrong. It may have been done before and it didn't work, and there may be a reason why. So understanding that, and then tapping into a network, meeting people who have walked that path, who are here to, you know, readily share their experience. And many expats are, as I said, we've met quite a few that have helped us with our journey. But looking into, you know, how do I tap into a network? Some people have groups on Facebook, some people have WhatsApp groups, whatever that source is. But tapping into them early and asking your questions early.
Yeah, my advice for people who want to come visit or even live, I would say, first and foremost, and it's really simple, actually. Uh, Come with no expectations and come with a plan. I would say, you know, plan what you want to see, how you want to see yourself in the future, and come with no expectations, because it's not like where you came from.
And don't try to move too fast, right?
Yeah.
So again, like I said, we were advised to give ourselves a year before we try to do any type of business here. So, you know, having that infrastructure where you can afford to do that is going to be important, because you really want to get a lay of the land. And you may decide at 3 months in, this isn't working, this is not for me. And maybe you want to go to another country or move to another area of that country. So give yourself that space. Don't feel that you have to rush and do things, or you're looking at things on social media and feeling like that's what you need to do when you get here, because again, you could be completely wrong. And I've seen and heard the stories enough to let me know I am waiting a year before I try to bring any new business here, and just really feel it out. I would tell myself, just believe that it will happen, because 5 years ago I probably wouldn't. I know for a fact I didn't think this would be my reality. It was something that was a hope and a dream, but to actually be here, sitting here under the African sun, smelling the air, feet on the ground, it's a dream come true. And you know, it took work to get here. It didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't magic. And we're not special. You know, it's just the circumstances in the universe has worked in our favor.
Yeah, if I could say something to my younger self, I would say just go. Don't, don't overthink it. Just go and do. And if it doesn't work out, make another one. Follow your heart, follow your gut, follow your mind, follow your soul. Follow the unknown sometimes. Challenge yourself to do something different and be a part of something different. And once you become a part of that difference, share it with somebody else and let them know.
And I would say definitely go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. We've been programmed in the U.S. to look to Europe, South America, or even the Caribbean, which, it's a bunch of us there, of course, as the vacation spot, the retirement spot, the relocation spot. And not to say anything's wrong with those places, but before you make a decision, come to Africa. Come to Africa and see where it all started, because manhood started here. That's why they call it the motherland. Come to Africa, plant your feet, smell the air, taste the food, meet the people, and then make your decision.